What's going on, my Tune 45 barbers? Appreciate you guys clicking on this video, but before we get started, I want to ask you guys a favor. I've noticed a lot of people have been wanting us to come to their cities and do barber battles and teach classes and have a whole bunch of fun, all that good stuff. So we decided to come up with the thank you tour, and it's going to involve myself and a bunch of fellow YouTubers that you guys know, that you guys have already subscribed to. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But every Instagram live stream or Facebook live stream, I've always get the question, are you coming to my city? Are you coming to my city? So we've developed a campaign where you can go on tune45.com, click on tour, and vote for your city. It's that simple. I'll put a link in the description below. If you want the thank you tour to come to you, then you gotta do your part and vote, because we want to see you guys too. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started to what you came here for, the haircut tutorial. Let's go. Alright, cool. So we're starting off with the magic clips using the number 3 guard, and all we're doing is we're creating our base around the head. And any of the tools that you see, this is a shameless plug. Any of the tools you see in this video, they are from VIP Barber Supply. I've been telling you guys about VIP for the longest time, and that's been the local place where I get my stuff at. You can go in the link below in the description box, and you can find any of the tools that I use at a great price from VIP Barber Supply. Owned by barbers, ran by barbers, so shout out to them. And here I'm using my Slimline LIs to ball them out, because I got them set to where I can do this, you know, this hard line, but it's not going to leave a really hard line because it doesn't cut that close, and it balds, you know, at a great rate, like super phenomenal. So I made a mistake and I kind of passed my guy when I was doing the guideline, and that's why, because I had the trimmer like that. But that's not why, but thankfully I had used the trimmer like that, so it wasn't like a bald patch. It almost looks like a half anyways, so we're good. And we went right underneath the base with the number 2 guard, and it's closed, using a lot of the heel of the blade of the clipper. Now the blade that I have on this, you can find on VIP Barber Supply as well. It is the taper blade. Now here I have the number 1 guard. It is open, and we're going just below where we left off with the number 2. Maybe like a quarter of an inch, not even, below where we left off with the number 2, following it up with the number 1. Now the closer you get to that number 2 where you had the number 2, you want to put less pressure and use more of the heel of the blade. And then what we'll do from there is right where we leave off with the number 1 guard open, we're cleaning things up with the number 2 just because there's a little bit of bulk created. But you know, this will take it right out, and if this doesn't take it out, your 1.5 guard will, which I'll probably use in later on in this cut. But you'll go right below where you leave off with the 1 open with the 1 guard closed, and once you get to there, your foundation, your base is set. So here we are, we're cleaning it up because the number 2 didn't clean it up. So this is the 1.5 guard, or 3/16 if you're using Speedo guides. And we're just going to clean this up, and it's about halfway open. Alright, so now we have the number 1 guard closed, following up just below where we left off with the 1 guard open. And now we know that 0 line we created, that initial guideline all the way at the bottom, now we know when we go to fade that out, we're fading right into a number 1 guard. So as long as we don't go above where we left off with this number 1 guard, we're not going to raise the fade. Make sense? And now I'll shut up for a little while. here I'm just kind of cleaning it up so that when we do go to, take out this initial guideline, it's set. The base is set. So here we are with the number one, the no guard, just the blade. It's all the way closed, and every time we open this lever, we go up about 1/4 of an inch. As you can see here, I opened it up some, and we'll go up some more. Each time we're creating a new guideline, but that's okay because that keeps you organized. That new guideline you're creating, even though you're blending as you create the lines, it's keeping you organized. So now you know what, open it up some, now you know where you left off, and you can clean up that area, right? Now we're all the way open, and we're starting to blend out this last line that we left, and that's pretty much blending right into where, the foundation that we made, or the base with the number one guard. Now if it doesn't blend it out, if it doesn't blend right into that number one guard, slap that number one guard back on, and you can see it really starts to take it out. And then you could really detail things and touch it up with your half guard or your number 0 guard, or using the corners of the just the blade open. And now if you want to slap on any other guards or do any other detailing techniques, this is the time to do it, and make sure that your blend is where you want it to be. So that's it pretty much in a nutshell, and all we're gonna do is the same exact thing all the way around the rest of the head. So I'll let you guys follow along in captions, and I'll chime in, whenever I want to make a point. Pay attention to the lever. Like right here, the number one guard is closed, but if you can't see the lever, touching the face of the clipper, then it's probably open like it is here. It's a little open, probably like halfway open there. And you can see I'm kind of stretching the scalp. Like I'm not just holding the top of his head. I'm also stretching the scalp, especially in spaces like this where there's indents in his head. A few people ask me what kind of brush I'm using. It's a very soft fade brush. It has like a little bit of a give. It's made by Denman. It's the Jack Dean brush. They sell it as salon centric. And here we're gonna connect the sides with the back. Now this part's a little tricky because I blend in sections when it comes to the back, because there's certain angles that if you start from right behind, if you notice I step to the side here and I'm blending that section, because I want to make sure that it looks connected from every angle you look at the blend. Here we're using the 0, the half guard. This will be, it's much harder in the back to blend just because it's so dense back there that a lot of times the half or the 0 is needed. So now that everything's connected, we're looking at it from different angles and we're just making sure it looks blended. Especially in the indent areas, you'll see I'll go higher, I'll fade it higher in those areas, because if you don't, it's not gonna look like a fluid even blend. It's gonna look, like there's dark spots. And that's just paying attention to detail. And a lot of times this will make your haircut longer, like it'll take you longer to finish it. But that's only if it's a first time client. Like this is the first time I cut this gentleman's hair. But the next time you cut their hair, you learn their hair. So, you're gonna cut down the time that it takes to cut somebody's hair the second time by at least 10 minutes. If you really pay attention to the details the first time you cut their hair. Alright, and you guys know I finished on my bald fades with the Andy shaver. You use the wall shavers, it's a preference thing. I like Andy's. And here he's already got like the little short hairs. This is the first time I cut his hair. So we're gonna go ahead and lower the bang area up a little bit, just so when you line it up, it really, the clipper really catches the hair and then makes it pop, the hairline. And I'm using my T-outliners. I don't know why I didn't break out my Iron Mans, but you can get the regular T-outliner trimmers that work amazing at VIP Barber Supply. And guys, I'm just trying to help VIP out because I've been going to them forever and they just launched their website, so I'm just trying to give them a little bit of a spark to the beginning of their online business, especially because it's ran by barbers for barbers. So when I found out they came out with their website, I was like, man, let me help you out. Give me a link, we'll put it in my description box, and we'll see how much traffic I can drive to your website. Hopefully I can help you guys in your new business venture. That's what it's about, man. Supporting other barbers, man. I think the more people that really take on that entrepreneur spirit in our industry, collectively we can make this industry grow like crazy. You guys can see the lineup is coming out real nice. I'm going to show you guys once I'm done what the haircut looks like. But you don't need color enhancements, but you'll see how it makes it pop. So here we're using hair fibers. Did one side. And what now that I'm using it more often, you don't need to use a card. Spray it one time, put the fibers on there, and just make sure you focus on where you want it to. If it gets on the forehead or whatever, that's cool. Just follow it up with the trimmers and the razor, and it's gonna look real nice. But you don't have to cover it up like I'm doing here, like you would do with like a Kiss spray gun, for example. So I wanted to point that out. I don't do it this way no more, but I recorded this video a while ago. So now we're gonna follow it up with the 245 triple cartridge razor. You guys know that's available. Any 245 product you can get at 245.com. You guys can see, like, I'm making sure that I go against the grain, and I follow up with the grain if there's any overlapping hairs. But I'm touching the hair fiber area as I'm lining him up. So, and you can see it's not coming out. It will wash out. It will, from my understanding, if you take a shower, it's coming out. But sweat's not gonna take it out. Wind's not gonna take it out. I used the blow dryer, the air blower, nothing came out. So there's a finished product, man. Alright, the video's over, but it don't have to be. You can click on the next video below, over here to the side of me. You can click on the next video and watch some more of these cool tutorials or behind the scenes vlogs. and click on the picture of me and you can subscribe to my channel. If you're new to the channel, that helps immensely. I appreciate it. If you've been on the channel, smash the like button, and thank you guys so much. I hope you learned a lot from the video. Like always, I appreciate your time. Let's go.